can get out of the menu screen. Hello and welcome. Maybe. Looks like it's live now. Hello and welcome to 31-ish Nights of Horror. I'm Eric Allen. I'm here with Jeho Drilling.
I'm Joe Drilling.
We are deep in the ish. We are deep in the ish this year, Joe.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with that. That sounds like a thing we're doing.
Yeah. We're still doing it, though. We're still doing it a few times. We've done it. We're doing it. So tonight, we're going to take a look at a game called El Paso Elsewhere, which is... This game is... It's basically Max Payne. You remember Max Payne?
Yes. Yes, I do. But it's only the dream sequences in Max Payne. I'm kind of old, right?
Kind of. You can watch this opening cutscene if you want a little context. Basically, you're playing this guy that was dating a vampire. Didn't know she was a vampire at first, and then it kind of turns into this abusive relationship where she's like controlling, because I mean she's a vampire.
Right, that always the way.
And then he like turns back. He goes he's like an addict and kind of like relapses. Yeah, and then he leaves her and then gets clean again, and then finds out that in the meantime she is like working on like summoning like the end times or something to like restore her vampire powers. Or to like regain her throne or whatever. And so she's doing it in this hotel in El Paso. And
what I mean, really, you should be playing as Eddie Guerrero to save the world.
Yeah, or George Clooney.
Yeah, right.
So, yep, this is a game where this is the tutorial, but you can dive in slow motion, and then you can also, there's like a button you can hit if you want to just like lay on the ground like you kind of could sometimes.
Yeah.
You hold the button and then you can just like roll around. But mechanically it's basically identical to Max Payne.
Yeah, kind of the main thing I saw was that it's weird that it includes some of those mechanics because most of the enemies can't shoot you, so it's like you don't really even need to.
Yeah, I only was doing the slow-mo stuff when I just thought it looked cool. It was generally easier not to use it, honestly. Although there's a couple of projectile enemies, like this thing here will like shoot like explosive like rocket things at you.
Sure. Why
not? There's some other ones that will shoot, but it's more like slow projectiles, like the imps from Doom. And the whole time the guy is narrating. It's made by a pretty small team, and the guy doing the narration is the lead.
Is the Sam Lake of this developer?
Yes. It kind of looks like him. Also, there's some cool stuff with the music where they do some like, it sounds like a kind of like highly emotional early 2000s alt rap album, and this guy is also doing the rapping and like rapping about what's happening on screen. Sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes it makes you feel a little uncomfortable with how earnest it is, which is appropriate for that style of music. But
sure.
I could take anything but a tank shot to the chest right now, but that comes with a cost.
But yeah, if you like that super, like, I don't even know would they call that, like purple writing, like the super
purple prose.
Yeah, if you liked that in Max Payne, this has got it in spades. It does make a Nickelodeon on a loop, courtesy of an addict's chemistry. I mean, come on.
Also, people were saying, oh, it's like a PS2 game, but this actually looks a little closer to a PS1 game.
Yeah, like I mean, it looks like it's like Max Payne, except the texturing is not as like if you play original Max Payne now, it's
In the void as we speak.
everything is pretty flat shaded, and this has some like stippling kind of stuff going on. I don't know. I think it looks pretty neat for the most part. I think there's like 50 levels, and it took me around 7 hours to finish it, and it was a couple hours longer than I maybe wanted it to be.
That's you.
But there's a lot of really
I need you to believe that I'm not
there's a bunch of really cool levels where he does or where they do some really
gonna count of three.
neat tricks with the flat shading and some like light sourcing and things. And so I don't know. I finished it, so I must have liked it quite a bit because I'm not. I'll give up on a game if it's not really working for me.
Yeah.
My name is James Savage.
Also, James Savage is a great video game protagonist name.
Clerk being gone isn't a good sign. Gotta get to the elevator. Shame the guy who was supposed to answer it is probably dead.
But I mean, yeah, you show up in this hotel and it seems pretty normal or whatever.
Except for all the things about it that aren't normal. Like the vampires.
The clothes left on the Christmas tree. Cheap neon paint on the cracked facade of a broken neighborhood.
Radio cop.
Get past the dress code.
There's also like you get a lot of like the background story between the two characters is all told in.
Hey, you here against your will?
Rotoscoped Commodore 64 cutscenes.
Yeah,
No,
I
shit.
wish. No, there's film projectors and recorders and stuff. So here we go. We get in the elevator and enter the void. I don't know. How do you feel about Max Payne?
I mean,
It's a long time ago.
at the time, it felt pretty innovative, pretty good. I feel like if I tried to go back and play it now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. I feel like a lot of early 3D action games, yeah, I feel like a lot of early 3D action games are
Yeah, I think
probably
I think
aged
it-
like fish. I mean,
I've played like Max Payne is a thing that I will download every couple of years and play like the first couple of levels of, and it generally still feels pretty good because it's so simple. And
yeah,
also,
I mean, that's fair,
Sam
I
Lake's Grimace never really.
guess.
But yeah, it's you see how those beams that indicates like where there's an innocent that you can save.
Sure. Okay.
Also, you can like straight up skip some levels.
So it's also Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah, a little bit. So you can choose not to save the hostages, or you can kill the hostages. And I think there's a couple different endings based on your interactions with the hostages.
If you don't save them, is there one less hostage on the next stage? Because then it's really just like Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
No, I think there's a pretty turbid number per level.
Okay. All right. One of the things I did see was that, like, they kind of spread out, like, new weapons pretty few and far between. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say you don't get the last one until there's about an hour left in the game, but it really, they're all pretty effective, and there's not, like, honestly, the biggest complaint that I had about it, you can hear him rapping.
Well, I can't, but
I can stick it on the, I can stream it to Discord.
yeah, it's up to you.
But like the biggest thing for me was that like the more weapons you have, the less time you have to spend reloading when you're in it, like in a tight fight. And so like having extra weapons is really just like an ammo bank, because most of the, like, there's a few times where it's nice, there's like a couple of like weapons that do better at range, but so there's like some strategy there, but for the most part you can kind of just start with your pistols, then you go to like shotgun, and then there's like an AK-47, and but yeah, it's definitely like this dude made the game he really wanted to make, and that's usually a good like that's usually a good place to be, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's like it starts out like in a hotel, and then like as you kind of like like the void is kind of like constructing levels out of like the memories of your ex-vampire or your ex-girlfriend vampire lady. So it's like her, like she has like her family owned a meat packing facility, and so you get some like weird gross meat levels and stuff. And then like the levels kind of like the geometry like gets mashed together.
So had this dude made anything before this, or is this his
Yeah,
first?
there are some other games on the, like if you look up the developer thing on Steam, there's like a pretty long list of games actually. Shit. Too many of them catch up on me. But I'd never played any of them or even really heard of them. I know, it's like a 15 or 20 person team, I think.
It's sort of also like, I mean, the structure is more normal, but like the way the sky box is, it's kind of like when they're in the labyrinth in Hellraiser 2.
Sure. Out of ammo.
Start staking motherfuckers. Then
I'm
I
out
guess.
of stakes too.
Oh shit! Then run away.
I forgot how by the end of the game you have an arsenal, and it's almost hard to like run out of stuff. There's only 2 boss fights. I think that the game probably could have done well to have
Like a fucking circus animal.
another 1 or 2 of those.
This is gonna be a fucked up day.
Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. An airport for aliens currently run by dogs.
Right? Is that in the Next Fest demo?
No, that's the other games by this
Oh,
developer.
okay. Break windows.
Those locks on the side.
Purgatory Dungeoneer. Yeah, there is a bunch of stuff here, but I've never heard of. There's a standalone FPS side story called El Paso Nightmare.
Okay.
That's only $5, so it came out last year right before Halloween.
I don't even remember how much. This was 20, I think. I think I paid.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was on sale the first week it came out, so I paid like 15. But I had played it in a Next Fest last year, I think, maybe early this year.
And what's going on with Next Fest?
I don't know. I think the thing that's got most people talking is that RoboCop game.
Yeah. RoboCop Rogue City. Yeah, Ghost Runner 2 there's a Ghost Runner 2 demo.
Oh yeah, that game was pretty good.
I liked it. I eventually stalled out on it though. Like I got to a part that was super hard, and I was just kind of like, I just don't really feel like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't feel like beating my head up against this particular wall anymore. Oh, the Deep Rock Galactic Survivor
Oh yeah.
demo is at the
I've
top
heard,
of the list.
I've heard
too.
that's all right.
Well, I had a coworker who she was very, very excited about it. I haven't yet met the Survivors game that isn't Vampire Survivors that I liked nearly as much as Vampire Survivors.
I always wanted to play the dumb like VTuber one that Alex played. That actually looked the best of the various Magic Survivor ripoffs
Right.
that I've seen, other than Vampire Survivors.
In the early 90s, were you writing letters to magazines saying we should call them Wolfenstein clones? Or
No, but I just feel like that game doesn't really get since I mean that is a very direct ripoff of that, and so they should probably get a little credit sometimes. Check out these floating doors. Why?
yeah, I don't know. There's one that was from the developer of like what that itch game that I liked, one button shooter, I think it was called, where it's basically like your ship moves back and forth at the bottom of the screen automatically, and whenever you shoot, you change direction. So literally, the entire game is played with one button. It shoots and it moves you back and forth.
It's basically
he
Vampire Survivors.
Did I mean, kinda. He did one of those that was called.
I'll walk them up.
What the fuck was that called? Oh man, remember Downwell? Downwell was great.
Oh, well, that's great. Remember Devil Daggers?
Gunsuit Guardians. That's what it was. That's what it's called. Yeah, man, I remember Devil Daggers. Did you ever play Hyper Demon or?
I never did. No. People seem kind of like lukewarm on it, so I just never.
Apparently, I only played an hour and a half of it, but it felt like more.
I kind of assumed it
was-
would be on sale at some point, and I would.
Yeah,
Right,
probably. I mean, I'm sure it will be. I mean, it was more mechanically intense than Devil Daggers, which I think is part of what I sort of bounced off of, I guess. I mean, but it's also similar in that, like, each game is like 3 minutes long, right? So, if that, right? And yeah, just it's a game. It's like the you know, there's a lot of people who are into cozy gaming now. Like, what's a cozy game? Like, Hyper Demon is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
You have to be completely locked in, basically to the exclusion of any other stimulus in your immediate vicinity, you know, to play that game even kind of well.
I feel like it's like Stardew Valley is kind of like or like Frog Detective.
I think I missed Frog Detective, but that sounds like a thing that would be that.
Frog Detective's cool.
What was the one you played in the Steam Next Fest, I think last year or the year before, where you were like a dog? It was like a Roger Rabbit almost kind of thing. You were like a dog who's a detective, I think.
I don't remember.
You remember the game I'm talking about?
I
though,
do,
right?
yeah. I don't remember what it's called. Man, there's a lot of video games these days.
There are a lot of video games these days.
I have seen the impossible before. My specialty was folklore. I was a researcher. That's how me and Darklight met. I've tackled golems and will-o'-the-wisps. The leprechaun took a chunk out of my leg once. This isn't that.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Trappings. Like the money. There's a reason pharaohs would have their servants killed to join them in death. It was a circle. With the right incantations, the pharaoh or noble was supposed to become undead royalty. And their servants, the personification of hunger. Drinking but never satisfied. They'd gather and vomit gallons of blood a day so that their masters could bathe in the spoils. Two types of vampires originating in the cradle of civilization. The feeding and the fed. That pattern was supposed to have died out 1,000 years ago. Vampires changed, became more sophisticated. Like her. I don't know how to describe a smell of 1,000 years old being fresh. But Dakole, what she's doing, it's torn a hole through the inner tube of reality.
Ah, yes, the inner tube. The inner tube of reality.
It's good. There's like these little cutscenes like that through like after every level or every other level, and that was really what kind of like pulled me through the game.
Sure, where's the merrier?
through the window.
That'll work. Yeah, I wish there was a level select so I could show some of the like weirder, more abstract stuff.
Yeah, actually, this also, speaking of other Remedy games, this also reminds me of what's the place that you end up in Control, where it's like a
House?
construction site. Well, you're always in the oldest house, but it's
the
like
quarry?
the construction site. Yeah, the quarry. Yeah, the quarry.
Yeah.
Where it's like you feel like there should be a roof on things, but there just isn't. There's just an open skybox in the middle of a building.
Yeah. Little ashtray mazy.
Yeah.
Especially with like lyrical themes that man, goddamn. But
I still can't believe Alex didn't like that. I mean, I can believe it because it's Alex.
I mean, he didn't really want to like it, you know.
Well, you know, sometimes you run up against the game that you resist liking, but it's so good you like it anyways, and you know. And then there's Alex.
My chest shakes me. I don't feel safe. I feel dangerous.
Phil's here.
But yeah, I'm super stoked for Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there is a cathartic moment where you get to play as Jesse. I think I said that before, but
Yeah, we were talking about this last night. Yeah, I agree.
you know what's good?
Shotguns in video
This
games?
fucking shotgun, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're not always good, but usually they're good. A good. I don't know if a game can be truly good if the shotgun is not good.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
If a game has a shotgun and the shotgun is dog shit, I think the game has failed. You know, failed us all.
Yeah. The thing I like about this one is that it's a little like Gears of War-y in that it has like a pellet spread, and so it's not always consistent.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you'll miss and score a hit, and sometimes you'll like not quite kill a guy with a shot that's aimed well, and that feels shotgunny to me.
Hmm.
Hanging on the edge of the world, huh?
So there wasn't a new game plus, or was there like could you start over with all your weapons and gear and shit, or no?
I don't know. It didn't seem like there was anything like that in the menu. Like I said, I was really hoping for a new game plus because there are some like levels in there I could see myself wanting to like go back into, you know?
Yeah.
Upward and downward.
I don't know that I would necessarily want to play the whole game again, but
Yeah.
Oh, glowing door. It's up the void made easy with the glow.
oh yeah, sometimes there's color-coded keys that you have to collect. Just in case you were wondering if this game was truly inspired by
PC games of the 90s.
yeah. But yeah, I definitely could have used like I said before, I think the thing that it's lacking most is more enemy variety.
Feels vaguely like a hand.
Just some stuff to like shake up the encounter design a little bit more. Or if they just cut like 2 hours worth of levels out. Although like at 6.5, 7 hours is not a big ask anyways.
Open sesame.
Anyway. Oh yeah, here's
Since
one
it's
of
still hands, seems like I can open as many green doors as I have to. My life is a series of elevators.
I like these.
Problem is, they're always going down.
What floor would you like to go to, sir?
Penthouse. Speaking of, you have a way to leave this elevator when we get up there?
Well, no, sir. I have to stay at my post.
Alright then. Here's a tip.
Wowzers! $50 whole dollars?
Don't get too excited, kid. After what happens next, there's a good chance you won't be able to spend it. Means you're gonna die, kid.
Oh no!
You sealed the deal. And once you seal it once, you can't rip out the packaging. Not without violating the return policy. It's one of those stupid little things you gotta use the scissors and it doesn't quite seal back up again. It's tape.
Jesus.
The writing's pretty good in this game.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Go back to the menu and just see if there's a level select that I might have missed. Infinite ammo, infinite painkillers. Oh, you can like adjust the difficulty with those sliders. I think you can do that right off the bat. I don't think you even need to wait until the
You gotta start. Can you click on your existing game and see if it'll let you?
see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. You think I remember what any of? I don't
Meat
remember.
room.
Let's see what meat room is. Let's see. That's good. There's a level select. I just don't remember what any of the levels are. Oh, there's like an evil primordial entity that traps you in the elevator at some point.
You look pretty good.
Oh,
Is that the girlfriend?
that's
or
the
is that-
girlfriend. Yeah.
Really don't.
Yeah, I suppose I shouldn't lie.
It's just obvious it doesn't particularly help. No.
How did you get down here?
I think I slipped in at the last minute. Took the elevator. Been here ever since.
You could tell from the outside.
Not really. Not unless you knew what to look for.
So there's no one else.
Probably not.
Okay, I shouldn't leave it for too long.
Hey, I get it. You're finally doing the big thing, right?
Yes. Yes. It's very delicate and you are why I felt the ripple, aren't you?
Probably. Who's that?
The meat room.
What do I got here? There we go. Shotgun. Get this.
Thompson machine gun.
Yep.
Place ever operated.
Get an Uzi.
Dear God, man. What the fuck is that? Whoever shut you people together wanted you to suffer. I'm sorry.
rocket launcher, holy fire Molotov cocktails. This thing's like a rifle. Those guys are a little too slow. Oh.
Oh, this is the meat room. I see.
Yeah. Sphinctors. Any game with sphinctors. Always a good time.
Yeah. We love a good sphincter.
None of that. I just made your favorite chocolate scoop made of human bracelets. It's got crescent sprinkles from actual eyelids in a dreadlock garnish. Made it fresh 'cause you flesh and your favorite topping. Gotcha. Get it all. Right with a treat 'cause I make that drink. Everybody put your hands up 'cause it's ice cream man about to instruct. Today's a fun day when you got some human Sunday. Everybody put your hands up 'cause it's ice cream. Sure, you come into the flesh room too. Today's a fun day. You got yourself a human Sunday. If you want it with the quickness, I could use a little quickness. Use a tester. Use some almonds to make this better. I could use my perfect cover as the ice cream. I'm not asking you to tell. I'm just telling you to taste. You come into the flesh room too.
Shit. Those things do
Oh,
a lot
man.
of. Those things do a fuckload of damage.
Seems that way.
Oh. Also, good checkpointing. This is important, and also like fast restarts. Damn. Soft. I actually thought most of the back half of this game was pretty easy.
Yeah. Is that just because you have better
Yeah.
weapons? You say these enemies do seem like they're primed for using the slow-mo.
You come into the flesh room too. Fine.
Ah. Damn.
Too. Fine. Gotcha. It's like taking a scenic vacation at a club.
Anyway, that's El Paso elsewhere. Oh, there's werewolves, too. Oh, and there's this guy called the Puppet Master. who's like a dude that you fought like at some point in your career and have like recurring nightmares about. And like somehow like his resonance is so strong with your character that he like keeps showing up even though he's not actually relevant to the story, and your character just keeps complaining about it all the time. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This isn't fair. I should not have to fight this guy again. These little puppets, they fucked me up.
Yeah, no, this looks, I mean, especially for $20, this looks
Yeah.
pretty good. The other one I've been hearing about was, I mean, I don't think there was a demo. I think I just saw a trailer at some point and then wishlisted it, but Killer Frequency finally came out recently, and that's supposed to be a pretty good, spooky thing. I might buy that and play it before
I
the
don't
end of the
know.
month.
What is that?
You play as a DJ in, I think it's supposed to be the 80s, and you're like a DJ at a radio station in a small town, and there's a killer on the loose, and you're trying to figure out who the killer is, and also like not get killed yourself. It's like a adventure puzzle thing.
Oh, okay. That sounds alright.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what the... I don't remember. But, yeah, there's... I don't... Like I said, I downloaded a bunch of, like, horror demos. So maybe we'll, like, run through some of those. There's kind of a cool-looking Metroidvania.
Could you be more specific?
I can't remember the name of it. Also, there's a game called The Lacerator.
It shouldn't be out yet.
The Lacerator.
That sounds good. Yeah. The Last Faith, it's called. It's like a horror. It's like Castlevania, Metroidvania style thing.
Interesting.
I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to see if this was the one with the cool. Oh, maybe the game's crashing.
Mhm.
Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, here we go.
Wheels within wheels. Angels are real, and these ones want to kill me.
That goo doesn't. It's not like an instant death, but you take damage over time from it.
The Last Faith, a dark gothic fusion of Metroidvania and Souls-like. So it's blasphemous again.
Yeah, it's another I mean, there's like a bunch of those, but
Hollow Knight, blasphemous.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, this game is neat. Like I said, if it was like an hour or two shorter, I would probably give it more of a full-throated recommendation. But if you like Max Payne, that's not a style of game that really gets made anymore. And also, this is like an intersection of things that I also like you know, a good like modern take on a classic horror story. Especially one that's like gender flipped is kind of fun. And like the style of music I listened to a lot when I was like in college, when I was also playing Max Payne, and you know, that's just this is a very specific game that you go like, oh, this kind of thing could only have come from this one person, this one small team, and so I think it's really really cool. But anyway, also the ending is pretty good too, or the one that I got was anyway. But
Yeah. Sean Phillips and Ed Brubaker did a limited comic series called Fatale. That
Okay.
was like a noir horror,
yeah.
like hard bitten like crime fiction, but also Lovecraftian. You know.
Seems like a good space
And that's
to be in.
like, that's like kind of like if that's like what's drawing you to this, like you should read that because it's good. I mean, everything they did together is good, but it's like very much of that, like noir detective fiction in a horror context kind of thing.
Yeah. You'll have to tell me that again off stream so I can write it down. But for now, I'm gonna cut this for tonight. But thanks for hanging out with me, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll be back
No
to.
problem.
I think tomorrow's Wednesday, so I don't
Tomorrow's
know.
Wednesday,
We
so-
might play some GTFO, maybe some more Payday. I could play some more Payday. Mike caught up with
could.
us
Oh,
last
nice.
week when you weren't there, so we could maybe do the last couple levels of that, possibly.
Does that mean now you and Kurt are way ahead of me?
I mean, we're probably slightly ahead of you in terms of like character progression, but it doesn't seem like it matters that much. We just replayed those levels like once, so I got some cool new pants.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Good night.